Have you ever driven down a road that feels wrong, where every tree, every curve, every street lamp looks exactly the same, like time and space are folding in on you? It started off simple, just a harmless lie to spend the weekend with my girlfriend at her dad's cabin. We had it all figured out, cover stories, alibis, a secret getaway. But on my way back, something went horribly wrong. The GPS died, the exit disappeared, the road kept going, endless, empty and silent. Then the radio came alive, static, then a voice, too dead on the highway. And just like that, I was no longer driving home. I was trapped in something I didn't understand, chased by a darkness that felt alive, lights that turned blood red, and a voice that kept repeating what felt like a prophecy. Too dead on the highway. But when it was over, the voice changed. One dead. And I still don't know if that one was me or something else. It all began when I decided to take part in the kind of mischief typical of someone just out of high school. My girlfriend and I planned a private getaway to her dad's cabin by the lake. The plan seemed straightforward. I'd tell my parents I was heading to my grandparents' for the weekend. I'd leave on Friday, meet my girlfriend at the cabin, and we'd have Friday afternoon and most of Saturday to ourselves. There were a few other pieces we had to arrange. She told her mum she'd be with her dad, and vice versa. I had my doubts, but she assured me that due to their messy divorce, neither parent would check in with the other. I also told my friend to be my cover story in case my family asked where I was. He agreed, and with that, our plan was set. Looking back, we could have kept things much simpler, but hindsight is always clearer. The cabin was about an hour away from both our families in opposite directions. Still, that felt like a small hurdle for the freedom it promised. I said my goodbyes, got into my dad's old truck, and started the drive. I should probably mention something important. I'm a very anxious person. Not in any clinical way, just the kind who always worries that things could go wrong. And in this case, with a plan that wasn't exactly responsible, that anxiety hit hard. It felt like everything was giving me a reason to turn back. Wrong turns, the GPS glitching, even little things like a car stopping in front of me or every driveway looking like an escape route. But eventually, I made it. We met at the cabin and, as you'd expect, spent our time alone. Around midnight, I got a call asking where I was, which I handled as planned. Everything went smoothly until about 2 a.m. That's when she checked her phone and saw a message from her dad. He said he'd be coming to the cabin with his wife around 7 or 8 a.m. to get an early start and would swing by her mum's place to pick her up. We panicked. We had to clean up the cabin and vanish like we were never there. She would head to her mum's and figure things out from there while I would drive toward my grandparents' place. Alone on an old highway, I was beyond nervous. I just wanted to make it to my exit, 15 minutes away, but the exit never came. Instead, I was surrounded by an endless stretch of trees and guardrails. I glanced at my phone to check directions, but it was completely dead. Not even a charging screen. Nothing worked. I was lost. There were no signs, no cars, nothing. Just the same dark forest and the winding road under my headlights. I started imagining worst-case scenarios, running out of gas, breaking down, hitting an animal. Each thought only made me feel more helpless and terrified. Then I saw lights ahead, street lamps. I felt hopeful. Maybe I was getting closer to something. But the lamps stretched on forever. No signs, no towns, no exits. Just more lamps and the same dead silence. I hadn't seen another car the entire time. Suddenly the radio turned on, blasting static at full volume. I tried changing the station or turning it off, but it wouldn't respond. Frustrated and overwhelmed, I hit the dashboard. Then the street lamps started to dim and the radio quieted. Moments later, total darkness. Only my headlights and the quiet hum of the engine remained. The silence felt heavier than anything I'd experienced. But then, all at once, the lights came back, this time glowing blood red, and the radio's static returned, louder than ever. Panic took over. I debated turning back, even if it meant being caught. But as I began to slow down, I noticed the red lights behind me were going out one by one, like something was chasing me. I hit the gas. After what felt like hours, I finally reached the end of the lights and entered a dirt road flanked by dense forest. The threat seemed to lessen, but the fear hadn't gone away. Then I started seeing a red light in my side mirror, then ahead of me, then to the other side. The radio's hum changed with the light's position. It felt like whatever was out there was playing with me. Then the voice came. It sounded robotic, like a news broadcast. Two dead on the highway. Over and over, I broke down. I cried. The lights stopped moving randomly and seemed fixed in place, following me. The voice repeated with increasing volume. Then I saw a mangled yellow sign, dead end. I hadn't considered this road might just stop. The fuel light turned on. My fear deepened. Behind me, a bright red light began closing in fast, and the voice was deafening now. I decided my only chance was to turn around. As I did, the red light flashed through the truck. I ducked, eyes shut. Something hit the side of the truck. I felt it crawl onto the roof. Frozen with fear, I could do nothing but press the gas and hold on. The voice and the tapping on the window, sharp and rhythmic, nearly broke me. Then, suddenly, silence. I waited. Slowly, I opened my eyes. It was morning. Sunlight filled the truck. I looked up. My exit. I was overwhelmed with relief. I pulled off, got to a gas station, and filled up just enough to make it to my grandparents' house. When I arrived, I told them everything. To my surprise, they believed me. I was shaken and serious. Then I remembered. One dead on the highway. I panicked and called my girlfriend. She was fine. Nothing strange had happened to her. Her parents were understandably cautious and asked her to take some space. But the signs of what happened were there. My gas tank was empty. There was a dent in the back of the truck and a crack in the windshield. My dad said the mileage was far beyond what it should have been for the route I claimed to have taken. I've looked at maps, driven that stretch of road again, and found nothing. No dirt road, no endless lamps, no red lights. Nothing. I don't know what I encountered that night. But I know one thing for certain. Whatever that place was, whatever that presence was, it was evil.